Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 6th of June 2024. So, buy everything. S&P hits all-time high as Nvidia passes 3 trillion valuation. That's incredible, isn't it? Goodbye 2% inflation target. Yeah, absolutely at the moment. And stocks bid Wednesday after ADP, ISM and BOC ahead of ECB and NFP. So yesterday we had the ADP, the ISM and Bank of China today ahead of ECB and non-farm payrolls tomorrow. US stocks were bid on Wednesday as markets digested soft ADP and BOC rate cut and hot US ISM services PMI. And then, like I say, tomorrow you've got the NFP numbers, strong US stock data, and dovish Bank of China push stocks to record high. And economic news today, we've got UK construction PMI, that's out at 9:30. European parliamentary elections are out today as well. We've got the main refinancing rate, so that's European interest rates. They're set to be cut. Oh, by the looks of things there, that's interesting. 4.25, so they're going to be ahead of the curve, i.e. the US and the UK there. Monetary policy statements as well at 1:15, and then we've got US unemployment claims and the ECB press conference at 1:45. So that's an interesting one. I didn't notice that for the week. We've got potentially a quarter of a percentage point. Let's see if they do it. I mean, having lobbed that one into the arena, you would have thought that they would have to go ahead with it, and if they don't, then it's going to have a negative impact on the market. So let's see what happens at 1:15 p.m. Right, let's have a look at yesterday, see what the markets did, and kick off with the Dow. So yesterday we see the Dow once again taking out the previous day's high, and overnight prices just sort of treading water there. The 50 EMA is in the way, the blue line there at this time, but above the 5-bar moving average, so still some momentum there. Stochastic still showing momentum, bit of a drop off in the volume, but prices found support at 89 and 78 and have moved higher there. Just a bit of resistance, say, with that 50 EMA. And yesterday you can see that the electronic session was down, it was then up, and then we had the ISM, and you can see what UM, which whenever it was, market moving higher. Well, did we have both? Let me just clarify this instead of guessing. There's always too many of these inflationary ones. It was ISM yesterday, not UOM. I think that was the day before. So ISM numbers coming out softer, and prices moving lower before back to the upside, and the overnight market sitting at the close high just in the German DAX. This too also taking out the previous day's high and stuck at the 20-bar moving average, which it was a couple of days ago as well. Overnight still struggling with this area as well. I suppose this market's going to tread water and wait to see what Lagarde has to say at 1:15 and what they do with rates. Yesterday the market was sideways, very much sideways, but broke out mid-morning, came back on the US news. You can see them buying back here with huge volume, and then the market reversing off the next bar and then continuing to follow up with the S&P and the Dow. This is already above yesterday's high, which can be seen in the 30-minute chart and also the daily, but struggling with that 20-bar moving average, and of course waiting for the interest rate news. S&P 500, as we saw in the headlines, making a new all-time high. So let's remove this one. We can remove the 78 and 89 as well. Let's draw in the new all-time high and see what it is. It's 5359. So we're going to go to 6,000 in this market before we actually see any sort of pullback. We've not seen any pullbacks in these markets of any significance. They continue just to keep moving to the upside. There's your move yesterday following the ISM news, straight up. Look at the volume again from that reaction. And overnight the market has traded up to yesterday's high. Let me just have a look at this in a bit more detail. Let's just spread this out, and I think we're just up by a couple of points, if that. Let me just drag this out so we can see. So 5961, yeah, a couple of points. So the S&P 500 has put in a new all-time high overnight as well. In the FT 100, bit more lackluster, but then we are in election season, and you can see there that it took out yesterday's high but failed to close above the 5-bar moving average, so sort of weaker of all of these indices that we're looking at the moment. And the 30-minute choppy, as you can see, down on the open to the DP. This was tested a further twice after rallying off it, and even with the US didn't really drag it up that much, but overnight the markets moved higher, nowhere near yesterday's high at this time, and actually reversing. It will need to stay above the 200 MA, the 20, which is the green, and the 50 EMA there as well. US dollar, interesting, is moving to the upside in the 5-minute, but let's have a look at the daily, see what's going on there. That's the one we're actually after. And we've got a bit of red around there from yesterday's reaction. So this is the daily chart of the US dollar. A bit of a rally going on at the moment, but overall, overnight, the market showing a bit of red. And also green for yesterday. Why is it red overnight? Well, let me show you the metals. And starting off with silver, we have a bounce. We're back above $30. So given the opportunity to crush the markets the other day, the silver market has seen a reversal and moving back to the upside. This is very positive. This is given the opportunity of a quiet market to seize that slam by the banks. It's reversed. So the demand from China and India, anything below $30, they're buying up by the shed load by the looks of things. Doing themselves a gross disservice now for the bankers who are stuck in this short position, because every time they drop it, the Chinese and India come in and buy it. So how do you get out of that? It looks like they could actually be trapped in this short position. So when it does unravel, and they have to get out and they have to buy, then it should see some nice big moves in silver. And this one taking advantage overnight, just before we look at yesterday's price action. You can see there it moving to the upside and sideways overnight, trying to get back above 30.50 there. Yesterday, market marked down again, retesting these lows, and then we came back and retested them just after the ISM. Market up sideways through the first part of the evening, but Asia, you can see their buying demand from the Chinese and India. And in gold, also breaking out of the sideways move as well, trying to get back up to that 2449. So the 450 level wants to be taken out there. So moving up quite nicely. We've got the NFP numbers tomorrow. We've got the ECB today. Let's see if this assess in the metals continue to move higher. Nice move in gold yesterday, up with the ISM, and then overnight also moving to the upside, taking out yesterday's high along the way. Gold silver ratio, well, if silver's making that sort of a move overnight, then this gold silver ratio is going to move down. We didn't quite get to 80 at the moment, never write it off of course, but moving to the downside there once more as well. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trading session and see what happened. And we can see that we had a warning in the pre-market with prices trading sideways, and really didn't do an awful lot in the morning session. Started off well with a nice trade to the downside as the market came back. I took the profits off the table. Market found support at the 200 MA as well, and the BRN. We had a potential sell which wasn't filled, and then we had another potential sell that wasn't filled. It had already become sideways. It already set the agenda for the morning, really. And again, with the NFP numbers being released tomorrow, you do get this. And also we had the ISM yesterday afternoon. So the market stuck in a sideways move. Tried to break out, failed, and then we ended up with the market showing a loss on this trade. And then just to add insult to injury, we had a further one just before the close of the morning session, which you can see there. You can see them buying in. When you get a small bar like this following a big bar, you know that they're buying in, because otherwise it would continue lower. So again, and also at the psychological level there, the big round number. And then the market just trading sideways all the way through until we get to the ADP numbers, which were a non-event, and then we went into the ISM numbers, market coming down to the 200 MA, breaking that, and then we got the reaction. You can see how the market gapped down there with those numbers when they hit the wire, so let's just have a look at those. And you can see they're coming out hotter than expected, 53.8, 51. Now you'd expect the market to move down, which it did. You can see the gap there, but then after that the market was brought back, as we saw with the S&P making that big move to the upside to create a new all-time high. So the afternoon session was just really following the Dow, but again, look how tight these bars are. No great range at all, 12-point bars. Very strange behavior at the moment, but you know, when you've got all-time highs with all of the uncertainty, it says it all, doesn't it? And a quick look at overnight, and we can see there that at the moment the DAX is below yesterday's high. So I'll look at it overnight in the early hours, but 200 MA has become a bit of a resistance level. So if we get anything moving back, it's going to have to take out the 200 MA, the BRN, the close, and yesterday's high. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see if the ECB actually cut rates by 0.25% today. That will be a very interesting news announcement at 1:15. So with that, have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.